When the last of humanity was forced to retreat underground to escape the deadly Rapture invasion, everyone had no choice but to live together as one. Mostly in peace and harmony, only made possible by the protection and judgment of the central government, and by the technology and resources of the Big Three. If you accept the way things are, all will be easy. But if you do not accept the way things are, you will find yourself not within the Ark, but somewhere within its outer rim. For every system, there are those who disagree with said system. The stronger the system's control is, the more fierce the opposition. Newton's third law, played out in the way people act on the world around them. Within the piles of trash and scrap, there are those who reject the new society of humanity. People who do not see the Ark as a paradise, but rather as an animal pen, where the humans are just cattle biding their time. For those who have decided to take action against what they disagree with, they will most likely find themselves a part of an extremist group known as Heavenly Ascension. Not to be confused with Heaven's Gate of the 1990s, Heavenly Ascension is a resistance group of people in the Outer Rim who do not agree with how the Ark is run or with how much control humanity has given up to the central government. Heavenly Ascension is responsible for terrorist attacks, such as the destruction of the public transportation train, the AFX, in the early days of the Ark, participating in the destruction of the Dome of Eternity, leading to the first Rapture invasion of the Ark, as well as numerous terrorist attacks across the Ark. The leader of Heavenly Ascension is Elysian Harper, known as EH, a human who lives in the Outer Rim and who is the orchestrator for many terrorist attacks against the Ark. EH's background isn't well known at this time, but what we do know is that during the invasion of the Ark, EH ran into Ingrid, and Ingrid knew exactly who EH was. Ingrid, the CEO of Elysian, knows an individual named Elysian Harper. While Heavenly Ascension disagrees with the central government and how the Ark is run, their actions do very little to bring to light what they are trying to expose in the dark. On paper, their mission is to improve the quality of life of the non-citizens residing within the Outer Rim, advocating for the central government to make a greater effort to reclaim the surface to increase living space and resource stock. But in practice, all they seem to do is bomb civilian targets and sow anarchy wherever they go, under the pretext of protesting the wasteful spending of the Ark. The Alt-Eisen Mark VI was built for the sole purpose of attacking and plundering cargo trains within the Ark. Although it was constructed by Heavenly Ascension with limited amount of resources and obsolete technology, its level of completeness was considered to be very high, as numerous artisans and experienced engineers were involved in its construction. Upon being completed, the vehicle was discovered, then seized by the central government due to an internal whistleblower. The central government, however, had no real want or need of the vehicle, as it was constructed using outdated technology. It was deserted and left on the surface, where it was eventually discovered by the Raptures, and ended up being taken over by them, now becoming a threat to the NIKKEs on the surface. The Missilus Squad Exotic, comprised of rehabilitated criminals, has connections to Heavenly Ascension. The squad's leader, Crow, has been rumored to have once been the leader of Heavenly Ascension itself. While her exact affiliation with the terrorist group is not known, it is clear that Exotic and Heavenly Ascension are still rather close, as almost all of the members of Exotic are from the Outer Rim. A group that despises a system so strongly must hide from said system, or run the risk of being wiped out. And within the limited underground space, the Outer Rim is the perfect location to hide away from the oversight of the central government. A virtually lawless land that is run by thugs, thieves, and the home of the Chinese triad-inspired gang known as Hedonia, led by Moran of Tetraline. It is quite literally kill or be killed in the Outer Rim. Every action does have its consequence when you're not under the watchful eye of the central government. In the false paradise of the Ark, the unsightly and undesirable are cast away into the landfills that surround it, both objects and people alike. Large gates separate the Ark from the Outer Rim, guarded heavily by mass-produced NIKKEs of the central government. They see those outside the Ark as a threat to its peace, and they will do all that they can to keep that peace. Old mass-produced NIKKEs that have reached the end of their life cycle are either discarded or sold to willing buyers within the Outer Rim, either for cheap labor, cheap security, or cheap sex. Although their inhibitors are deactivated, in their weakened state, the NIKKEs that have been sold off can do little to resist the harsh environment of the Outer Rim, no longer protected by the laws and resources of the central government. The people within the Outer Rim aren't all bad, however. Like real life, some people were just dealt a bad hand and were forced to make decisions to stay alive. Running from the central government is easy when you hide where they don't want to go. Refusing the society that has been orchestrated by those in power does not mean you reject society as a whole. Humans always find a way to survive, no matter if the foe is Rapture or humans themselves. And the people of the Outer Rim band together more often than not to survive in any way they can. While the Ark is truly a bastion for the last remnants of humanity, when you combine the united forces of humanity and VTC into one centralized government, you create a singular point of power over those who entrust them with their protection. And as human history has shown, power is often abused. Does rejecting a society that was forced on the defenseless mean you are not worthy of that society's successes? Are the people who live in the trash and scrap, sandwiched between Earth and the false paradise, any less than those who live in blissful ignorance within the Ark? And what of those who rebel against a power that they never wanted to rule over them? The actions we make in life have consequences. Consequences on our lives, and consequences on the lives of those around us. And the world of NIKKE that Shift Up has written is one of action and consequence, both underground and on the surface above. As Heavenly Ascension continues to sow terror and destruction for their cause, their actions only serve to bolster humanity's faith in the central government, and to increase the disdain for those who live in the Outer Rim. Reclaiming the surface, once thought impossible, is now truly within the grasp of humanity once again, thanks to the Counters, the Commander, and those who offer their support and their sacrifices along the way, whether by choice or by circumstances. From the goddesses of old to the humans and NIKKEs of now, each action made by those who fought against the Raptures has left a mark deep on the last remnants of humanity. Humanity, both within the paradise of the Ark and within the confines of the Outer Rim. Thank you for watching. What do you think about Heavenly Ascension and their methods? What do you think about Elysian Harper and her connection to Ingrid and the company Elysian? Her name is straight up the same as the company's, so she absolutely has something to do with it. There honestly isn't too much lore about Heavenly Ascension to make a dedicated video about it, at least right now. So I thought grouping it with an equally not well-known but related topic of the Outer Rim would be a good combo. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed watching, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm Ganoongagap III, and I will see you all again at some point when I upload my next video. I don't have a schedule, I just do this for fun.